So my wife and I recently went hunting for comic books. We'll do this some weekends where we just try to go around to a few different places, antique malls, different comic book stores and stuff like that, and try to find like good but like on the cheaper side comic books. And this past weekend we went to two places. We went to a comic book store called Central City Comics, and we went to an antique place about 30 minutes from here. And we found some really, really cool stuff. I'm super happy with this haul in terms of, going out and hunting for comic books. Some are like big keys, but that are lower grade. Some are just cool books to have in the collection. So I want to show some footage from that and just kind of talk about this experience. It was really a kind of a fun day. The first place we went was Central City Comics, and the guy in there working in there was really nice, kind of pointing out where the different books are. Central City Comics, I don't think they even have like ongoing books. It looks like it's like 100% back issues or whatever. I don't know if I could go in there and buy like the new AMS that just came out this week. At least I don't see that on the shelves. So, but that's not a bad thing because that's not what I was looking for anyway. I wasn't looking for modern ongoing comics. And the guy behind the counter there, I guess, was the stepson of the owner, who I had met the owner. I hadn't met this guy yet, but he was, really nice and very helpful and also willing to make some deals. The other thing about this store is that the last time I was in Central City Comics, I was talking to the owner and he told me, oh, someone just came and bought my whole collection. He's like, so these are just some extra boxes I have and I put these out on the shelves, but my selection isn't too extensive or whatever, which is fine. We still found, when I went the other day, we still found some cool books, but it looked like he kind of replenished the collection a little bit more this time when we were there, because there was definitely some more books on the wall and on both walls, and definitely some more books that were interesting in the boxes as well. So the book you just saw him hand me, he just pulled off the wall that would be First Rogue, that Avengers book. That's one of the ones that I was thinking about getting. You can see me kind of looking it up here on Key Collector. Now, with that one, we ended up not getting that book. Then we had some Key Comics and slabs here right up on the front counter. There's first him or Adam Warlock. I believe that's first Adam Warlock. It's got his cocoon there on the front. I think I'm telling Bobby that right now. Yeah, and there was a bunch of interesting things in this box here near the front. Some old Silver Age stuff, some Supergirl Silver Age stuff, and I think there was some like Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen there as well, which are pretty cool. I know some of these old Silver Age DC books, Neil Adams did do the art. I just don't know offhand which ones he did them for. So I'm kind of just looking through these, looking for cool covers and stuff. And Fabi does a good job of, she doesn't remember every single key and stuff, but she's pretty good at recognizing the keys. I'll dare say even better at memorizing what some of the keys are than I am. Like she when she sees one of the covers that she may not know what the key is, but she'll know it is a key, and she'll pull those out and kind of, show them to me, and then we'll look them up and stuff. So I think we make a pretty good team in terms of looking through a bunch of long boxes. I mean, it can take forever to go through every book, and we really try to go through every book, but like, even I end up skipping through a little bit sometimes. But Fabi's a really good hunter. She really finds, she commonly gets more pulls out of the long box than I do. So pretty lucky to have her to hunt with, definitely. Some of the books you're going to be seeing in this video are cool, but I end up putting them back. I am going to show all the books that I got from hunting over this weekend, and we'll kind of go through them quickly. I'm probably going to make shorts about them as well, but I will show what the haul is in this video. Saw like a Punisher Spider-Man in there. That was pretty cool. There's some Venom stuff and Ben Reilly or Scarlet Spider. It was definitely enjoyable looking through these boxes. I think, I'm very into Silver Age right now, and there wasn't a ton in the way of Silver Age, but there were some cool books that you could find. There's a lot of Secret Wars stuff and everything. So there were definitely, it was definitely, I don't think I wasted any time going through a lot of these boxes at the store, and I'm definitely going to go back here again and see what else they got, and hopefully he buys, some more inventory and get some more stuff up on the wall, because I was able to get a pretty good price negotiated in all the books that I ended up getting there. I think I got a good amount of books for definitely a fair price at Central City Comics. So moving on, next we went to an antiques place that's like, I think it was like 20 minutes from where we live, 20, 30 minutes. And it's this like big, antiques warehouse. And they had a few booths that had comic books. Now, we had been here before and we went through like every book in one of their comic book booths. And we didn't go back to that same booth this time because we knew there was one other booth there that had comics that we didn't go through at all. So we went straight there and just started going through the books, and I'm super happy with the stuff that we ended up finding there. I think we found some cool stuff. We didn't get a ton of books from this antiques place, but the ones we did get, I think are pretty cool. And one of them actually had something we picked it up, and I didn't even know who the artist was, and then I ended up finding out, and I was like, oh wow, this is such a cool, this is such a great pickup. So there was some Secret Wars stuff there. I'm always hoping at a antiques place like this that we're gonna find some like grail. The truth of the matter is, most of these places, especially if you're going to a booth that is just all comic books, at the antiques place, they have gone through every book and priced them. And if you don't get there when they drop off new books, a lot of times they get picked through pretty quickly. So I'm not saying it's impossible to find like grail books at antiques places, but it's a little harder, I think, than it used to be because, it's the value of these books is so readily available now, and so much easier for someone who doesn't know about comics to price all their books and look it up, which is good. It's good for people to know what they have and not get ripped off and stuff. It just makes it a little bit less likely you're going to find like a Hulk 181 in one of these boxes. You can find some cool books in here, and they're all cheap. They're all like $1 to $3 max. The only thing about the antique malls is that, the owner of the vendor for the comic books isn't going to be there. So whatever the price is when you take those books up to the counter at the end, that's what you're going to pay. There's no negotiating. So you have to be aware of that. And like I said, it starts adding up and you just can't negotiate down. So while these are cheap books, they add up quickly, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. All right, so that was us hunting at the comic book store and the antiques place. We got a lot of books, some really cool stuff in here. Some stuff that I'm super happy. I think this is one of my favorite hauls from like antiquing and comic book stores that we have gotten recently. So I'm gonna make shorts out of these books as well as talking about them in today's video. So look for those coming. I might go into why I bought them or what I think about them a little deeper in the shorts. Even though those are only a minute, I'll only be talking about one book. But yeah, let's take a look at these now and just talk about what we were able to pick up. Okay, the first book is The Spectre #1. The writer was Gardner Fox, and the artist was Murphy Anderson, who drew this absolutely beautiful cover. And this is the first solo titled series featuring the Spectre. So his first, ongoing series that was, about the Spectre. I love the Spectre as a character. He's one of the most powerful characters in all of DC lore, especially in modern comics nowadays. He's kind of like ascended, and he's a really cool character going back to his origins and in the Silver and Bronze Age and everything like that. I have the first Silver Age appearance of the Spectre in my collection and the third appearance. Those are two of the books that I talked about getting from Heroes Con. So now I've just added, the first of his ongoing series, which I think is pretty cool. That's a cool collection of books to get. Now I just got to get that second appearance, then I'll have all four. The Spectre Omnibus is extremely expensive, so hopefully they reprint that one day, and I'll be able to pick that up and and read all this stuff. I tend not to read the Silver Age books that I get in my collection. Because I prefer to read them in omnibuses. That way the paper quality is better and I don't risk damaging my Silver Age copies. I want to keep them in this bag and board as much as I can. So yeah, really cool, the Spectre. Okay, next is a book that I'm really happy about. So yeah, Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 81. Why am I so excited about this book? Well, first of all, it's a Silver Age book that's in great condition. I absolutely love this cover, and I love the purple. The purple has not faded at all, and it looks really great. Also, just what's going on here, like Superman is like breaking Lois Lane's air hose, and she's out in space in like the tightest spacesuit I've ever seen. And so it's just a cool cover. And then I didn't realize this when we bought this, but obviously my eye's just drawn towards this. But this is Neal Adams. Neal Adams did this cover, which is so cool. I love collecting Neal Adams books. And I had no idea when I bought this that it was a Neal Adams cover. It doesn't have his signature anywhere, in the artwork that I can see anyway. So yeah, this was just a really cool pickup, and I'm actually curious what's going on in this story, because she's saying Superman snapped my air hose because I won't marry him. He's committing the perfect murder, So yeah, no witnesses in outer space. This is just very interesting. It's a beautiful book. Neal Adams, yeah, couldn't be happier to have that in the collection. Moving on. All right, next we got a couple of foil covers. I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker because, like I said, I will talk about these books in like shorts probably in the future. So Infinity Crusade #1. This is part of the, all the Infinity Saga stuff by Jim Starlin. I do have the Infinity Crusade Omnibus. I don't feel like pulling that out right now to put it in the video, so I'm not going to do that. But this is a really cool cover. I love the foil covers. I know they're a little gimmicky, and in the 90s especially, they did so many foil covers that it was almost too much. But I still really like them, and I like how you have the heads of all the different heroes and stuff around here. You got Wolverine, the Thing, Hulk. That could be maybe Psylocke there. I'm not sure. Rogue is up here, and you got Thanos. So yeah, this is just a really cool, really eye-appealing book, and it's the first issue of the Infinity Crusade, which is, like I said, another kind of big overarching Infinity story. That's you have Infinity Gauntlet, you have Infinity Crusade, and you have Infinity War. So yeah, cool to have this one in the collection. Moving on. Okay, so another foil book. This is so cool. This is Web of Spider-Man 100. I absolutely love the green foil. I think it's so cool with the webbing and stuff that you can see, especially at different angles, and it almost has like a rainbow tint to it. And then he has this like spider armor on, apparently. I don't know what's going on in this book. I haven't reached this point yet in my reading of Spider-Man, but I would like to read this eventually. I think it's probably in one of my Omnis that I have. And this book is not worth a lot of money, and I'm super happy about that, because this is kind of cool, kind of really, yeah, I think this is a really cool looking book to have in, in the collection. So yeah, happy I was able to pick this one up for cheap. All right, next we have Venom Lethal Protector #2. So it's not the #1, but this cover, I believe this is the cover to the Omnibus, and it's just a super well-known cover here of Venom Lethal Protector 2. Just iconic with Venom here in between the two brick walls. And I've seen this, I've seen this cover a million times. I've seen it a lot when I'm out hunting for books and stuff, and I never picked it up. And I just thought, you know what? This one's in like pristine condition. I mean, absolutely perfect. Oh my gosh. Now that I'm looking at this is like 100% a 9.8 candidate. No spine ticks or anything. And like, I don't see any creases or anything. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know if I get a book like this graded ever, but maybe if Mark Bagley ever comes back into town for Heroes Con, I get this signed and grade it. Yeah, I could see myself doing that. So yeah, really cool Venom Lethal Protector book. All right, we're going to talk about these next two at the same time. And we have X-Men Classic #60 and X Factor #55. So what's cool about these books? Well, these are both done. The covers are both done by Mike Mignola. You would know Mike Mignola from Hellboy. And he has a very distinct art style that is kind of, I don't want to call it, I guess it's kind of blocky, where, each of the colors and the inks and stuff are kind of in like distinct shapes. He's one of these artists, and that's what I love artists that, can stick out to you, that you can recognize their work. And Mike Mignola is one where when you see a Mike Mignola cover, you know right away that it's Mignola. And I really like that. So whenever I see Mignola books out there, I try to pick them up, add them to the collection. I think they're cool. And yeah, happy with these. So let's move on. All right, this next book is The New Mutants, #16. What's cool about this book? It is a key. It's the first appearance of the Hellions. The Hellions? It's the first appearance of the Hellions, which is in this book, at this point, they are under the Emma Frost, right? And they're kind of her team of mutants, and they are, enemies of the New Mutants. Later on, the Hellions become, just a regular X-Men group that aren't necessarily villains. And actually, these I have read this. This is in the New Mutants Omnibus Volume 1. But yeah, this is their first appearance. So I really like picking up books that I've read, especially, and this is one that I've read, and I think it's really cool, and it's a first appearance. So yeah, cool New Mutants book. Moving on. All right, we're gonna go through these last ones a little quicker. We have Tales of the Teen Titans. Raven. Raven is one of my favorite Teen Titans, and I love the new Teen Titans. I've been reading those omnibuses; those are great. There's her father there, Trigon, I believe is his name, and it's George Perez. What more do I have to say? It's a really cool character from the new Teen Titans. Being Raven, and it's George Perez art, so really cool book. All right, then we have The Amazing Spider-Man. I just think this is an awesome cover. I think is this called a Super Sentinel? Is that what this is? Whatever. It's the Sentinel with 3 faces, and this is a Mark Bagley cover. You've got Nova on it, Spider-Man. I think this is a really cool. I'll tell you, to be honest, I haven't reached this point in my reading of Spider-Man yet. I finished the Roger Stern stuff, and I'm kind of moving on. I'm kind of progressing through all the Spider-Man stuff in omnibus format. So I don't know what's happening here yet, but I will read this book eventually. But it looks really cool just from the cover. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to pick it up. Okay, we have Mr. Terrific from the New 52 #1. Why did I pick this up? Well, we just got a few days ago on-set pictures of Mr. Terrific for the new James Gunn Superman movie, which is really cool. So, when I saw this book in the long box, I was like, you know what? Let's just pick it up. It's first, Mr. Terrific in New 52, and he is a really cool character. He's got his like terrific orbs or whatever that he always, go around him. He's kind of like a Tony Stark, where it's like he doesn't have a superpower. His superpower is his intelligence and his technology that he uses. So yeah, thought this was a really cool pickup. All right, next we have New Warriors #1. I think I might have this in my collection already, but I wasn't sure. So I was like, you know what? I love the New Warriors. Let's grab it, Next we have this Free Comic Book Day Green Lantern. Why did I pick this up? It has a Heroes Con ad on it, which I thought was kind of cool because we go to Heroes Con every year. And this is from, it looks like 2011. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool. They put an ad on one of the Free Comic Book Day books, and it's my con that I go to. And Heroes Aren't Hard to Find is my comic book store. That's my LCS. So I thought, you know what? Let's pick that up. All right. After that, we've got Justice League Europe #1. I actually have the Justice League of America that has like the same kind of cover in my collection as well. So I saw this one and I was like, you know what, let's grab the Europe one as well. And I've read this book and I've read a bunch. I love the Justice League International omnibuses. I'm on the 2nd volume now. So I just thought this was a really cool cover from Justice League Europe. Another one that I got just because we know that we're getting a Wonder Man series on Disney Plus eventually. And this is his first ongoing, the first solo Wonder Man titled series. So, I just thought, hey, this is pretty cool to have in the collection. He's got there's some cameras back here because, as you know, and it says Hollywood, he is a famous actor in the comics, which is kind of, that's kind of actually different for a superhero to be an actual like famous. I can't think of any other superheroes offhand that are like famous actors as well as being a superhero. So kind of a cool backstory that Wonder Man has. Oh, this is one that Fabi really liked, and I totally agree with her. This is I Am Groot #4, and this cover is just beautiful. This art is amazing. I love how it has the cute little kind of baby Groot in there, and it's surrounded by this full-size Groot. Really cool cover. Had to pick that up. Oh, and then this next one, Secret Invasion #5. This is just kind of an iconic cover from Secret Invasion. I actually think this may also be an omnibus cover. And, I like to pick up books that are the cover of my omnis. I don't have the Secret Invasion omni though, but yeah, the art here is absolutely beautiful. I love the Secret Invasion logo or title. And this is just a cool run by Brian Michael Bendis. So yeah, happy to have that one in the collection. Okay, so this book has to do, this is X-Men #253. Something significant happens here to my second favorite X-Men. That would be Storm. This is where she gets like de-aged, I believe is what happens in this book. That is what makes this book a key. Oh, and this one's really cool because it has Super Swamp Thing in it, and it's a really cool cover. I guess I won't give away the spoiler of what Super Swamp Thing actually is, but it's kind of cool amalgam of two characters. So, well, just saying that, you could probably figure it out. But yeah, cool cover, cool book. Thought I'd pick that up. And then last, we have Secret Invasion, Avengers: The Initiative. So I'll tell you, this is a very cool cover. It's part of Secret Invasion, which is cool. The main reason I picked this up, though, is because there is a Funko Pop that is a like comic cover Funko Pop where it's like this is the backdrop and then the Funko goes in front of it and it's like in a plastic case. And I want to get that so that I can have the book that it's made from and the Funko at the same time. So yeah, that's why I added this one to my collection. So that was the whole haul. Like I said, I'm super happy with putting all of these books in my collection, especially the Spectre and this Lois Lane book. I think are so freaking cool, and it's really cool to find pickups like this antiquing or making some good deals at a comic store and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of fun. We have fun doing it. We're going to do it some more. We picked up a lot of books at HeroesCon. I have an entire short box full of books that I'm going to make content about from HeroesCon, and definitely going to make some more content about this kind of stuff as well. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of video where we're going out and we're kind of hunting and I show some video from that, leave a comment below and let me know. And I would super appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Thanks.